Welcome everyone to another episode of Mind Talk with Sara and Mortaza. Today, we're diving into a topic that touches every single one of us: stress. Whether it's from work, relationships, money, or just the daily pressure of modern life, stress seems to follow us everywhere. But what if I told you that stress isn't always bad, that, in fact, how we handle it can shape who we become?
That's so true, Sarah. You know, people often think stress means weakness, but it's really part of being human. Our bodies are designed to react to challenges. The real problem is when we let stress control us instead of learning to control it. Today, we'll talk about how to manage stress, how to recognize it before it burns us out, and how to turn it into something positive, a force that actually helps us grow.
Mortaza, let's start with something simple. Why do you think people today are more stressed than ever before?
Well, I think one big reason is that we live in a world that never stops. Everything moves fast: technology, social media, work, even relationships. We are constantly connected but rarely calm. Our minds are filled with notifications, deadlines, and expectations. People no longer take time to breathe, to disconnect, or to just be. That constant noise creates invisible pressure on our thoughts and emotions.
Exactly. I've noticed that too. We wake up, check our phones, see other people's perfect lives online, and immediately feel behind. It's like a silent competition that never ends. Even when we rest, we feel guilty, like we should be doing something productive. And that guilt itself becomes another form of stress.
You said something powerful there: guilt. Many people don't realize that emotional stress doesn't always come from outside situations. It comes from how we interpret those situations. For example, two people might face the same problem: one stays calm, the other panics. The difference isn't the problem itself, but how they manage their thoughts. That's why stress management always begins in the mind, not outside it. Yes, that's so important. When we start to understand our thoughts and emotions, we take back control. I think meditation helps with that, not just sitting silently, but being aware of what's happening inside you. Like noticing when you start to worry and asking yourself, is this thought helping me or hurting me? That awareness can stop stress from growing.
That's a great point. You know, sometimes people say, I don't have time to relax. But the truth is, if you don't make time to rest, your body will force you to stop, through exhaustion, illness, or even depression. I learned that lesson the hard way once. I used to work long hours, never took breaks, and thought I was being strong. But one day I realized that strength isn't about working nonstop. It's about knowing when to pause.
Exactly. You can't pour from an empty cup. We often think we're strong when we ignore stress, but real strength is when we face it, understand it, and deal with it wisely. Sometimes, that means admitting you're tired. Sometimes, it means asking for help. And there's no shame in that.
I love that. Asking for help doesn't make you weak, it makes you human. I've also found that talking to friends or family about what you're going through can really help. Sometimes we hold everything inside until it explodes. But sharing what's on your heart can release so much tension.
True. And not just talking, but talking to the right people. The ones who listen without judging. Because when you have a safe space to express your emotions, you allow healing to happen.
That's so beautiful. Another thing I've learned is that small habits make a big difference. For example, just walking for 10 minutes, spending time in nature, or listening to calming music can reduce stress levels. People look for big solutions, but often, peace starts with small daily actions.
Absolutely. I call them tiny resets. Each day gives you small chances to reset your mind: drinking tea slowly, watching the sunset, or even just putting your phone away for 30 minutes. Those little breaks teach your brain that it's safe to slow down. Over time, that builds emotional resilience.
And that's what stress management is really about, not eliminating stress completely, but learning to recover faster. Life will always bring challenges, but if we have the right mindset and habits, we can handle them calmly instead of feeling overwhelmed.
Exactly. And remember, stress isn't always bad. Sometimes it's a signal, it tells you something's off, something needs change. If you listen carefully, stress can guide you. It can push you to grow, to make better choices, and to set better boundaries.
That's such a powerful way to see it. Instead of running away from stress, we can learn from it. Like a teacher showing us what needs attention. And once we face it, we grow stronger, wiser, and more peaceful. Yes. And be kind to yourself. You don't need to handle everything perfectly. Some days will be hard, and that's okay. Just take one breath at a time, one step at a time. Every time you choose calmness over chaos, you're already winning.
Exactly, Sarah. The goal isn't to live without stress, it's to live peacefully within it. If you found today's episode helpful, don't forget to share it with someone who might need this reminder today.
Thank you so much for joining us on Mind Talk with Sara and Mortaza. Take care of your mind, take care of your body, and remember, peace begins with you.